Hello and welcome back to Love Letters to Lois by Art. This is a true first-hand account story of love letters written by Art, my grandfather, to Lois, my grandmother, back in 1944 when he was serving in the U.S. Marine Corps. Although it's been a week since I read letter 6, letter 7 was actually written the very next day. In the last letter, Art was alone in the barracks, all alone with his thoughts, and he was very tired. He planned to go to sleep and to sleep all the way till noon the next day, dreaming of Lois. So letter 7 was written on Sunday, April 30th, 1944, and it begins, Darling, I did exactly what I said in yesterday's letter. Stayed in the sack until 12 and finally just came to and realized what time it was. Barely made chow, but that sleep was just what the doctor ordered. I feel really good this afternoon. Well, taking pictures today was called off on account of rain. Terrible day today. Cold and drizzly rain. I'm writing to you with part of my body wrapped around a stove. One half of me is warm, the other half is cold. You know, they say it never rains in California. The people call it liquid sunshine. The mail from the house has finally come. One was from Sis. I told her all about you. She says I have it bad. Sis says you must be one grand girl the way I write. Wish I could send me a picture, but that's completely out. I'd be so lost without it. Have to be satisfied with the description I've gave of you. Folks never did like the two other girls that I went with back home, and now, after knowing you, honey, I don't see what I saw in them either. Mother says, as long as I'm sure, swell. I've never been so sure of anything in my life. Love is something sure hard to define, but when you just have it, you know. The true test of love is when two persons, such as ourselves, are separated and love continues. Darling, I'm so much in love with you, it actually hurts. When you told me you'd accept a ring, my heart started jumping all over. So happy I couldn't even keep it to myself. Told all the fellows, but they said they knew I was crazy about you. And the ring, well, that was just a matter of a formality. Now I have to buy all the fellows a beer the next time I get paid. Oh my gosh, sitting here thinking about you, and I remembered I was going to go to church this morning. Clearly forgot, so help me, honey. Maybe you ought to bawl me out in your next letter. What do you say? Do I catch heck or not? Dear, please don't mind if this letter is a little short. The plain truth of the matter is, I'm running short on writing paper. PX is closed on Sunday, and the boys won't be back until tonight. We'll write lots more in the next letter, okay? Oh yeah, don't you ever say a word about your letters. You just write them, and let me be the critic. I love everything that you put in them. So my little one, just keep writing. Bye for now, honey. Hope there's a letter for me tomorrow. All my love, Art. And P.S. Regards to the girls. So Art also includes a picture in the letter for letter 7. And on the back it reads, Lois, this is the only picture I have of me, of myself, overseas. What do you think? Does it look like me? Ha ha ha. And this is the picture. And I first was like, I don't see anything. And then I realized I'm looking at the back of my naked grandfather's body in water or over water. Or embedded on an image of water. I'm not quite sure. It's a mystery to me. I have to ask myself, why was this picture taken of him like this? Was he actually ever overseas, or was he just taken a picture of him taken over a picture of seas, and it was all just imagery? As we learned a letter or so ago, he was in fake Wonderland cities, which was a big camouflage city, and special effects and Hollywood got involved and all that. Is this just another special effect? I really don't know. I don't know, because I don't have any letters of him before he meets my grandmother, and he's stateside. He's not overseas. So it's a kind of a mystery. I have a closing question, which is, why is Art always so cold? I mean, he's in California. I've been to California a couple times, and it's usually not so cold that you need to hover around a stove. It's odd to me. Is this global warming? Another question is, why is Art alone again? He is sleeping and he cannot get any writing paper because the boys are off until later in the day, and he's not with the boys. So, to conclude, it sounds like Lois is going to accept the ring. Can you imagine? I mean, these two just met on March 17th, not even 2 months ago. They had 3 days together, and the rest of their month and a half, 2 month time frame that they've been interacting has been spent through correspondence. Like Art said, love can't be defined. And when you have it for somebody, you just know. So I researched the address where Art is sending his letters to Lois, and it is 1837 I don't know if I'm saying it right, Kalorama Road, Washington, D.C., and this is the building. So I'm going to add this to my bucket list of places that I would like to go visit and see in person, and just embed myself in the area. So I'll be doing that sometime soon. Perhaps when I visit, I will learn something more about Southern hospitality. The last time I was in DC, I was actually taken care of by somebody and got to stay in their home overnight, and I had never met them before. So I've already actually experienced that now that I know what that is. I'd like a little more of it. I thought that was very nice. People are actually kind in the world. As much as it seems like people are all negative and afraid and fearful, people have good hearts. I'm Deborah. Let's remember that hearts are good no matter what. And let's try and live from our hearts over the next week. Until next week, God bless.